All right, welcome to today's lesson. So I hope you guys have been following what I'm doing, and you have uh, probably been familiarizing yourself with most of the concepts I've been teaching. Why? So please don't forget the foundation because it is going to be very important. So for this class, I said I'm going to be uh, integrating the JWT. So what is JWT? So it's a way of identifying our user during authentication. So let's say, so basically, uh, the main thing JWT is basically used for is, let's say a user logs in. So when a user logs in, we want to have something like a code that we can use to identify that user. So we can use to check, is this user an authenticated user or a verified user of our website? So we just need to, uh, in a way, generate that kind of code so that we can be able to identify users. So that's basically what we want to implement. So and so each time a user, let's say a browser or a mobile app, make a request to our server, so we need to check that request and see, okay, uh, does this is this token verified? Like, is this token valid? Is this person that's making this request, is he a valid user? So if you are a valid user, so you are going to allow access. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, let me use a Scalibur draw. So let's say this is our server. So this is our server. Now this is you here, and you are the user. So this is you here, and you are the user. So now whenever you make a request to this database, to your server, now I want to check, are you authenticated? And what are we using to authenticate you is a token. So we need a token from you, and that token is called what? JWT token. So this is the way the token used to look like. If you go to their website, so this is the way the token used to look like. So you have this random text. You have this random text, and inside this random text, when it is decoded, it will give you this payload. So you can put anything inside that payload. So I could you can put anything inside this payload so that such that when you decode it, you have access to your payload back. So that's basically it. So now, if you have an unauthenticated user, so let's say this person is a guest, and this person wants to make a request that does what that so let's say this person wants to make a request that create a tax, but tax is only for those that are what authenticated. So you want to make a post slash tax. Now the server should check, is this person authenticated? If the person is not authenticated, just deny access. The server should deny the access. But if the person is authenticated, the server should give the person access to that endpoint and whatever the endpoint can do. So that's basically it. So what I'm using to implement this is that JWT token. So that's basically what we have here. So how do we implement JWT token? So we need to install something else. We need to install what is called JSON Web Token. JSON Web Token. So can you see that? So we need to install JSON Web Token. So this is it. So we are going to basically be, so we are going to pass in the payload, that is what we want to store. Maybe it's kind of a code or the email, the user email or the user ID. So we want to store it. So we are going to store it, and we are going to have a secret key, what we are going to use to identify if that if the code that is being sent or the code that was generated, we want to check if it is valid. So this secret key is the one that we're using to verify if it is valid. So now we are going to be using this to generate our code, and we are going to be using there is one for, so this is for generating your code, uh, and this for verifying if it is correct. So in case the user make a request, so use this to check, is this token that has been sent, is it correct? So you have a lot. So let's start. So do npm install JSON web token. So it should be installed by now. So let's wait for it to install. So it is installed now. So as one thing again we need to do is to let's make use of it. So if I import my JWT from JSON web token, so I have my JWT from what JSON web token. So the two most important things that we'll be using there is what JWT.sign for creating it, and JWT.what verify for verifying if it is valid. So for creating, I also need my secret key. So we need to create our secret key, JWT secret key. So it could be something random. So let's just give it something random. So from here, I could say something like so I could get the key. Secret key is equal to process.env dot what JWT secret key. So can you see that? So what else do I need to do? So I need to generate that token. So I have JWT what dot sign. So can you see that dot sign? Then I want to pass in the payload. That is what we want to store inside that text. So let's define our payload. So our payload should contain what? It should contain an ID, our ID. So we would have user dot what ID. Remember that our user model, the ID has an underscore before their ID, but what we want to store is an ID containing that user ID. Then what else do we want to store? We want to store the user email. And the user email, yeah. That's after we have created the user. You know, if we create the user finish, the corresponding result is passed to each user. So that's what we want to pass here, payload. Then the secret should be the secret key. So can you see that? So you should have something else, something like expires in. So we can define when it should expire. So we can say something like JWT expiration time. So you can say we want to expire in 2 hours. So here I can say expiration time. So I can say something like expiration time. Then I can use H. So H is for hour. M is for minutes. S is for seconds. So can you see that? So let's. So this is not synchronous. It said. So I can get my token. So can you see that? So instead of returning the user, I'll just return the token. So we should be good to go. So instead of returning the user, I'm returning the token. So now if I come to my register user now, instead of this Stephanie, I use something like Benita and another course programming. So can you see that? So now we have the token. If I copy this token now, and I come here, paste it here. So can you see that we have our ID? Can you see it? We have our ID. And can you see that we have our email? Benita. Can you see that? So that's basically how you do what? So that's basically how you generate your JWT token. So in the next class, we are going to be creating a middleware that ensures that unauthenticated user that ensures that only authenticated user will be able to like create updates and delete requests. So we are going to be creating a middleware. So see you in the next class.